Good morning. For today's lesson, we'll be looking at the computer keyboard. Last week, we talked about the back view of the computer system unit. We said the system unit is one of the components of the computer. So we said at the back view of the system unit, we can see most of the ports at the back of the system unit. So last week we made mention of some of the ports that can be seen at the back of the system unit, or the things we can see at the back of the system unit. Now I hope you are familiar with some of these ports or the things we can see at the back of the system unit. Okay, let's try to mention some of them. We made mention of the VGA port, which we said the full meaning of VGA is Video Graphic Array. We also made mention of the USB port. And we said the full meaning of USB is Universal Serial Bus. We also mentioned the jack or the audio port. We made mention of the PS2 port. We said the full meaning of PS2 is Personal System 2. We also made mention of the expansion slot. Then we mentioned the network port 2. So we said all these things can be found at the back of the system unit. We also added the power supply unit, which can be seen at the back of the system unit. And we also made mention of the fan. So all these are the things that can be seen at the back view of the system unit. And we talk about this ports or the back view of the system unit last week. For today, we'll base our topic on the computer keyboard. And as we can see on our screen, this is what we call the tower computer system, okay, or the desktop computer. So as you can see, this is a device we call or refer to as the keyboard. So we'll be talking about this device only for today. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the computer keyboard and mention its uses. So when someone asks you what's a computer keyboard, you should be able to describe the computer keyboard and state or mention its uses. Now let's look at what a computer keyboard is. Yes, a computer keyboard is one of the components of the computer. But what does it do? We refer to the computer keyboard as one of the input devices used by the computer to feed or send data into the computer. So the computer keyboard is an input device used to feed the computer with data in the form of characters. When you say input device, we are referring to any computing device that is used to send data into the computer. Okay, whenever you type, we use the keyboard, and what we type is being sent into the computer. So the keyboard becomes what? An input device. Whenever you click on the mouse, whatever is being done on the mouse is being sent into the computer. So the mouse too can be classified as an input device. So any computing device that is used to send data into the computer is known as input device. When you talk of data, we are referring to the raw facts that are being sent into the computer for it to be processed. Okay, so on the keyboard, the only thing that we can use the keyboard to send into the computer are characters. Okay, and on a computer keyboard, when you say characters, we are referring to the numbers, the letters or alphabets, and the symbols on the keyboard. Okay, so for numbers on the keyboard, we have 1, 2, 3 up to 9, then 0. Here 9 has been omitted. It's a mistake. So the numbers on the keyboard, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Okay, we don't have 10, 11, 12 in that order. So if you want to type in those numbers 12, 13, 14, 100, you just have to use the single digit that we have over here. So assuming I want to type in 10, I have to press 1 and press 0. If I want to type in 876, I'll press 8, 7, and 6. Okay. Then for the letters, we have all the alphabets, that's from A to Z. But on the keyboard, they are not arranged as we have on our screen. They are not arranged in this order. They are arranged in a particular group. And as we know, on the keyboard, we have the top row or the QWERTY row, we have the home row, then we have the bottom row keys. So this is how the alphabets are being arranged on the keyboard. We don't have it as A, B, C, D. Okay. And next one, we have symbols. So on the computer keyboard, we also have symbols. Okay. And the symbols are the signs that we can see on the computer keyboard. So for the symbol, we have something like exclamation, at, hash, as we can see, or number. We have percentage, we have carat, we have ampersand. We also have asterisk, bracket open, bracket close, curly bracket close, curly bracket open. Then we also have the square bracket, open and close. We have the question mark, the backslash. We also have many other symbols on the keyboard. We have something like equal to. We have plus. We have comma. We have full stop. We have less than. We have the greater than sign. We also have the colon and semicolon. Okay. So all these are symbols that can be seen on the computer keyboard. Now let's have a look at how this device looks like. So this is what we refer to as a computer keyboard. And as we can see on the keys that we have on the keyboard, we can see that on top there we have alphabets. In the middle we also have alphabets. Then on this side we have alphabets. On top there we can see the numbers. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 up to 9. Then we have 0. Then on top of these numbers, we can also see that we have symbols over there. Okay, so the keyboard also contains symbols or signs. When we come here, we have more of the symbols over here. You can see some at this side, then some too at this side. Okay, we have the plus and the equal to over here. Then we have the hyphen and underscore. So all these are symbols that we can see on the keyboard. So the letters, the numbers, and the symbols on the keyboard are referred to as characters on the keyboard. Now let's have a look at the uses of the keyboard. What the keyboard can be used for. By looking at the keyboard over here, you can even mention some of the uses of the keyboard. Okay, we said the keyboard is used to send data into the computer, and this data comes in the form of what? Characters. Okay, we said the characters are the numbers, the letters, and what? The symbols. So here we can say that the keyboard is used to send letters into the computer, or it's used to type letters. Okay, so let's have a look at the uses of the keyboard. So the first one, we have the keyboard is used in typing numbers into the computer. is used in typing numbers into the computer. The next one, the keyboard is used in typing letters into the computer. Then the third one we have, it is used in typing symbols into the computer. The next one we have, it can also be used in playing of games. So in our computers, we can use the keyboard in playing of games. The last one, it can also be used in issuing commands into the computer. An example is whenever you finish typing, you want to print, and you want to issue the print command, you can hold the control key on the keyboard and press the letter P. Okay, so when you press these two keys together, it's a command which says print, or the computer to print out what you have typed. So the computer keyboard is also used to issue commands. Okay, we have many commands that can be issued by the use of the keyboard. We'll end our lesson here and continue next week, Monday. But before you leave, make sure you do your exercises and submit them on time. So let's have a look at today's assignment. The first one is draw the computer keyboard. You have to draw the computer keyboard. Then 2, you write 3 uses of the computer keyboard. Okay, you write 3 uses of the computer keyboard. I made a mistake over here. Okay, so you write down 3 uses of the computer keyboard. 3 uses of the computer keyboard. We'll end here and continue next week, Monday. Bye.